Hey, Jack Squad, YouTube family and friends, how everybody doing? Hope you're making it happen for yourself. Listen, I'm gonna talk about something today that's dear to my heart, even though it's a few years old, but I keep seeing it on my timeline, and it's not a pet peeve. It may be a pet peeve, but it's deeper than that. And I'm talking about when an older man, a much older man, marries a teenager, right? Now, the reason why that I feel the need to speak about this is because I am the product of a older man marrying a teenager. We're gonna call it what it is, not a younger woman, teenager. At 18, she is not grown. Maybe legally grown, maybe able to vote, go to the army, but you're not grown. And I think that's too young to go to the service anyway, right? But so I've been seeing this man. His name is Pastor Dwight Reed. I first got wind of this maybe last year or something, right? And his wife's name is Jordan Goodlick. Well, it was, right? Now, they married in 11/21, November of 21. Now, I've been trying to find out what city they are in. I want to say just because it's somewhere down south. I don't know, but I know it's a southern way of thinking. Because my dad was from Alabama, a small little town in Alabama, right? And he came up north, met my mother. Now, the reason why this is so close to my heart, I don't know even know what the words to say, is because my father was a preacher. And my mother was in his congregation, a little young girl just going to church, want to go to church, want to escape the ills of her household, and she going to go to church on Sunday mornings because she loved the Lord, right? And he plucked her up out the congregation. That's my story. That's what I'm saying, because that's what it is, right? Now, this man is even worse what he did to me. This girl went to his church. So he had the pastor had a church, right? I mean, not a church, school. So not only did she go to his church, but she went to his school. So now, let's unpack this. This means if he married her, by the way, he married her right after graduation. Right after. So that means you've been watching her. I don't care what anybody says. Some people say he's not a pedophile. In my mind, I always thought, and this could be harsh to say, but I didn't know my dad. He passed when I was 3. That's another problem, is that he was a pedophile. What other way to explain it for a grown man to want to be with and fantasize about a girl, a teenage girl? Now, in my case, my dad was 50, my mother was 17 when he met her. Not sure of when he married her, but when I was born, she was 18, so evidently he married her at 17. With my grandmother's blessings. Excuse me. All of that is wrong. All of that is wrong, 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 wrong. And therefore, I went through, because of his unalivement and my mother being young, I went through things because of that, right? That's another whole nother topic. But it'll be in my book, though. But this man, I'm going to say, groomed her. He watched her. He lusted after her. She was a girl. And when you look at the picture, she looks just like a girl. Ain't nothing about her say grown woman. Nothing about her say I'm fast. Nothing about her say I'm giving it up to anybody. I like old men's. Nothing. Now, you can't judge a book by its cover. No, you can't. But you can most of the time, right? And when I first saw this, like I said, it might have been last year, I was like appalled for the very reason I just told y'all, right? And even if I hadn't been a product of that union, it still blows my mind that this man was 63, my dad was 50. At any age over 25, marrying an 18-year-old is wrong. It's wrong. I don't care what the laws say, and I take this to say that people always say, every time I tell somebody that, which I don't tell many people, but I'm writing a book, so now I speak more freely about it. Well, that's how it was back then. Back when? It's wrong anytime. It was wrong anytime, right? For a grown man, a grown ass man, to be interested in a little girl, because she's still a little girl, 18. Especially the way she looking. She looked like she just got finished playing hopscotch, right? Or jacks or something. Jumping rope. She looked like she jumped rope. So, um, when it came to the wedding, the father, now you would think she didn't have a father, right? Because who would allow this? Like in my head, I didn't know my grandmother either. I want to know, why did you sanction that, right? Her father walked her down the aisle and gave her his daughter to this man. Now, I got to say they countries from down somewhere deep south. I don't know where they from. I'm going to find it out and get back to y'all. I look, but I'm going to have to find out. But anyway, the father gave his daughter to this grown man that could have been her granddaddy. Okay? And then the mother did not come. I don't blame her. Now, I'm going to tell you why the mother didn't come. The mother didn't come because she knows what's to come. She knows what to come. It looks like her daughter may be pretty passive and get along, go along and get along. But the mother knows the strife that she's going to face being married to this man. Now, maybe the daddy was thinking, well, he might leave this earth soon and the daughter can inherit all the stuff. I don't know. But the mother knows what's going to happen. Even if the girl is happy or appears to be happy, there is going to be some amount of control. When a man, this is I always thought this, when a man gets involved with someone at 10 years older than him, it's about control. When he gets with a young girl, especially if he's 17, and he's 30, 20, it's about control. It's about control. He may grow to eventually love her, but initially it's about control because he needs to control his woman. He needs to control something. Maybe everything else in his life is uncontrollable. He needs to control her, right? That's all it's about, is control and manipulation and grooming and molding this young lady to be what he wants her to be. And she's going to turn out to be an old Southern woman, right? In my mind, he has essentially taken her life away, the life that she would have had. Now, she may have a wonderful life. This man may have a lot of money. He got a church. He got a school. He may be able to take care of her well, right? But will she be able to have her own thoughts? Will she be able to do her own thing? Will she be able to go outside without him? Like, what is that looking like? And I'd like to know, because like I said, this story has repeated itself several times. They got married in November of 21. I think I saw this last year. It's now 2024. But I felt compelled to talk about it because I am a product of that very same situation. My daddy was a preacher. He plucked my mama up right up out the congregation and married her. And it didn't last. Okay? There was a lot of turmoil that went with that, from what I've been told. And I ended up in the foster system, right? So listen, this is a thing that I just hate. Like, find somebody your age. What could you possibly have to talk about, have in common? And she 18 and you 55, 65, 75. Like, what you have in common? Nothing. What is the point? Control, right? So I got that off my heart, right? Because I keep seeing it. And so I was like, when did this happen? Because I remember seeing it last year. I'm like, this isn't new. But evidently, the Lord wanted me to talk about it, right? Because I just, since writing my book, there are things that I discussed that I didn't discuss before because of shame or guilt that I shouldn't even have. So I felt the need to speak about this, right? This young lady, I hope she has a wonderful life with, I almost called him Cleophas, with Pastor Dwight Reed. I hope they live a good life. I hope he treats her well. And I hope she doesn't miss out on anything. Because, at 18, there's a natural progression of growth, right? And at 18, you should not be anybody's husband. Even if the man was 18, you should not be anybody's husband at 18. You need to find yourself, possibly go to school, go to college, find out what it is you like in life so you'll know what path to go down. He has stripped her of her path, in my opinion. He has stripped her of her path, right? And that's selfish. Very, very selfish, right? And I think that anybody, this is man or woman, and I know I might get some kickback, pushback for this, but in the reality of life, I think if you are past, now I'm going to stretch it, but I think if you're past 40, you are being selfish because you just want a child. And I understand not everybody would you want a child, right? But when a child get 21, you'll be 61, right? Let's say you go past 40, because I know women are having babies at 47, 48, damn near 50. That's unfair because you might not live long enough to be in that child's life. And I think that's unfair. And I think that's selfish, right? And as a product of that, that's why I speak so strongly about it, right? If you missed a window, you missed a window. Maybe that's not something you should do, because in the long run, the child is going to suffer. The child is going to suffer. If you have a baby at 50 years old, is you going to be here when they graduate college? Is you going to be here when they graduate high school? Is you going to see grandchildren? Like, I just think it messes up the evolution of the family dynamic. That's what I think, right? And I think that at 18, you do not know who you are. You do not know. You're still in fairy tale land. What you want to be, a teacher? You just in a fairy tale land. Now, it's true, there are some kids who know exactly what they want to be, right? And that's wonderful, and they become that. But for the most part, you just in la-la land. You don't quite know until you get out there and live a little life and see some things, and then you can figure out, oh, I want to do this. He has stripped her because I know she can't go outside and do all what she want to do. I know that. So she ain't even going to be able to see nothing but what he wanted to see. What's in church and what's at home. And probably controlling what she watch on TV. I don't watch them housewives. We ain't watching them. Don't watch that. That ain't real. You a housewife. I'm just saying, y'all. I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. Right? But anyway, that's my rant on that. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of you all, because I am trying to grow my channel, and you guys are helping me to achieve that. So I thank you. Yeah, I got a little pissed up in my head, right? In my spirit, a little pissy right now. But anyway, you guys have a great day and be cool. All right.